Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover big Pokemon news, like cards are set to get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day. Do you guys think Ho-Oh could take on Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres just like Lugia did? And we do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor, and that is METATCG. If you guys got a bunch of bulk laying around, which we both know that you do, you might as well trade it in for some super rare cards or cash and save your money. Or if you trade it into store credit, you get even more, and they're located in Arlington, Texas, which I'll be in Austin, Texas, July 10th through the 12th. For Trading Card Con, you can use the code POKEBEER to receive $5 off your tickets. But it is so easy to do the Pokemon bulk submission. You just literally put exactly how many cards you have. They do have to be near mint. They even have a video showing you how to package up everything. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And of course, you guys want to try out PSA for your first time, click the link, use the code BEER25. You get $25 off your first submission, and you just got to use a new email address to use that code. And same thing with tag. Use the code BEARD102. You get 10% off your first submission. And if you guys could do me a massive favor and download the FANATICS Collect app and go to Collect Originals and find my channel and give me a follow there. I post my Market Mondays and my Falling Fridays hours before I post them on YouTube, completely for free. And I'm even doing giveaways live in the chat. So definitely check that out. We got a ton of news. So we got the 30th celebration full English product lineup revealed. We got the regular pack here, but we got this 3-card classic collection booster pack within the Espeon and Umbreon UPCs. While not confirmed, the classic collection cards should also appear in the set's regular booster packs as rare chase cards, with the special packs simply serving as a guaranteed way to receive them for purchasing a UPC. This marks the first time an English set is seeing the release of this type of booster pack. This is the greatest UPC we've ever gotten in Pokemon history. Like, no joke. To get this little gold pack, which will probably have the Charizard, the Crystal Lugia, and the Shining Celebi, plus getting the Umbreon and Pikachu, or the Espeon and Pikachu, as promos in the, one single box is insane. Then we got the Nidorina ETB promo. People were originally disappointed. Of course, I'd rather have Nidoqueen, but it's cool because it's the 30th Pokemon, and there's actually 30 Nidorinas in that card. So, that's pretty cool. Not too bad. And we got some more regular promos, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres. A couple more. We got some basic EXs with the Greninja and Sylveon. Very nice Eevee. Good background, tons of flowers. And then we got the mini tin displays. These are really, really beautiful. I love how there's an unknown in each. You guys know I love unknown. And the unknown actually spell out the word anniversary, which is super cool. And we got the Celebrations Binder Collection and the booster bundle, of course. But right here, more battle decks, and these promos are top tier. I mean, this Victini, so clean. The Zorora is just super sick. I love that it's at night with the moon. Just epic promos. And then this is the UPC here, so the Espeon gets the lighter Pikachu, the Umbreon gets the darker Pikachu, and then that pack. That gold pack is just going to be crazy. So, yeah, this set is looking insane. Then we also got the Ditto Premium Collection. Not too bad. Probably my least favorite promo, to be honest, out of all the promos I've seen so far for the set. But I like a little bit more of the realistic art. We're even getting some nice figures too, the Mewtwo and Mew. Man, not too bad. A ton of this stuff is just going to go insane though, and I have a feeling it's going to be pretty difficult to get on the secondary market because people are going to be fighting over this stuff. But all right, we're going to hop to Chaos Rising Booster Box. This got up to $271. Now that's still $230, $228, and $225. Next, Destined Rivals was at $643. Now that's sold $584, $555, $579. I'm not kidding. This is the busiest Fallen Friday we've had in forever. Cards are actually starting to drop in price a little bit. Next, we have the Pitch Black Booster Box. This is a pre-sale item, but it was just going up and up and up. It was at $250, got all the way up to $295, but now that's sold $281, $280, $272. Now that people actually locked in their, pre-orders on the Pokemon Center website. Next, we have the Silver Tempest Booster Box was at $560. Now that's sold $540, $544, and $542. Next, Evolving Skies got up to $27.15. Now, let's see here, $24.20, but it's got a price sticker. $25.50 comes with acrylic. $24.50, no picture. $23.85 and $24. Another one here with acrylic at $26. So definitely dropped in price a little bit. Next, we have Fusion Strike. Got all the way up to $1,133. Now that's sold $975, $987. Got one at 965 and a couple at 1,000. Next, we have the Pokemon Go Pokemon Center ETB, just dropping a little bit. Was at 275. Now last sold 245, 248, and 250. We got one high one at 267. Next, we have the Destin Rivals ETB. Was at $282. Now last sold 175, 168. Bunch at 180. And we have the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETB. Was at 218. Now last sold 210, 214, 203, 202. A couple at 195 and 185. And we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB. Was at $377. Now, $341, $290. That's really low. Others, we got $348, $354, and then we got a high one at $370. Next, the Destin Rivals Pokemon Center ETB got up to $560. Now last sold $494 with a picture, $525, $510, $489, $499, and $520. And we got the Mega Charizard X UPC. Got all the way up to $290. Now last sold $240, $247, $248. And the 151 UPC still dropping. Was at $1,250. Now last sold right around $930. And we got a couple high ones at $950 and one at $980. Next, the 151 Booster Bundle was at $221. Now $188, $183, and $187. Next, the Prismatic Evolutions Booster Bundle. This is at $105. Now $85, $93, $83. Some got 8 of them at $57. I'm guessing it had some crazy shipping. Next, the First Partner Series 2 box. Hasn't dropped too much since last week. Just keeping an eye on it. Last sold 46, 50, 51, and 49. All right, next we are hopping to some cards. We have the Eradicate Illustration Rare from Perfect Order. Was at $5. Now last sold $2 and $250. Next, the Auroras from Perfect Order was at $627. Now last sold right around $350. Then the Tauros from Chaos Rising was at $59 on presale. Now last sold $520, $4, and $5. And the Chespin from Chaos Rising was at $14. Now last sold $5 and $6. Next, the Iona's Wattrel. This was a $13 card. Now last sold $9 and $10. And the Xerneas from Chaos Rising was at $29. Now last sold $12 and $11, and it's starting to, level out and probably might bounce back a little bit. Next, we have the Marshadow. Beautiful card with that Pikachu. Was at $13, got up to $21. Now, last sold $17, $15, and $16. And we got the Tangela from 151, was at $15, got up to $22. Now last sold $18, $17, and $16. Next, the Ivysaur from Mega Evolution was at $19, got up to $24. Now last sold $23, $22, and $19, so just dropped a little bit. And we have the Clefairy from Perfect Order, was at $36, dropped down to $26, went back up to $33. Now last sold $24 and $23. Next, the Bulbasaur Mega Evolution Box Topper got up to $27. Now last sold $22, $22, and $20. We even got one at $19. And the Misty's Lapras is starting to drop a little bit. Got up to $45. Now last sold $36, $37, $35. And we got 2 high ones at $47. Next, the Ninetales was at $51. Now last sold $39, $44, $42, $40, and we got one at $55. And the Poliwhirl from 151. This got up to $64. Now $55, $53, and $57. Next, the Misty's Psyduck got up to $82. Now $69, $69, $72, $70, $71, and the high looks like $79. And the Tyranitar from Paldea Evolved got up to $89. Now last sold $77, $73, $71, and $70. Next, the Pikachu from 151 got up to $105. We got sales now $90, $99, $91, $93, and $85 for Lightly Played. Next, we have the Ghastly from Temporal Forces was at $120. Now last sold $117, $115. We got a low one at $81. Another one at $111, $105, $104. Next, the Squirtle from 151 was at $121. Now $98, $100, $118, $105, $100. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen cards like actually starting to drop in price in a very, very long time. It's just kind of crazy. I know they haven't dropped too much, but cards literally have not been dropping at all. So it's just kind of nice to see some of the cards dropping. was at 130 bucks. Now that's sold 102, 105, 115. Because I've been holding back on buying a ton of cards that I need for my collection. Like, I'm missing so many illustration rares and special illustration rares, but I'm just not going to pay these prices. Next, we got some SIRs. We got the Mega Sharpedo EX, was at 27. Now, 19, 22. We even got one at 16. Next, we have the Mega Starmie from Perfect Order, was at 87. We got sales now at 60, 59, 57. Dropped a decent amount. And the Mega Clefable got up to 81. We got sales now at 65, 64, and 69. Next, the Mega Embor was at $81, now 64, 69, and 63. Then we got the Salamence EX. I still feel like this card is just so underrated. Was at $74, now just dropping a little bit, 69, 67, and 65. And the Alakazam from 151 was at 87. We got sales now at 73, 76, and 74. Next, the Gardevoir from Scarlet and Violet base set was at $97. Now 83, 86, 85, and 82. And even the Zapdos from 151, which got up to 120. Now last sold 96, 102, 110, 103. We got one high one at 132. Next, the Zard from Obsidian was at 140. Now still got one at 140. Otherwise, 113, 114, 115, and 120. Next, we have the Team Rocket's Nidoking EX, just dropping a little bit. Got up to 132. Now last sold 115, 120. We still got one at 135, but most of them are around $115 now. And the Venusaur from 151. This got up to 140. Now last sold 125, 120, 127, and 115. Next, the Meowth from Perfect Order. This was a $200 card for a little bit. Now, 139, 150, 158. Got one high one at 184, but most of them are right around $150. And the Mega Greninja, I think it's going to start leveling out now. I don't think it's going to drop too much more. Got up to 590 on release. Now last sold 270, 269. Bunch at 270. I have a feeling it's going to stay right around 250 to 280, if I had to guess. I can see it even bouncing back up to like 320, but I don't think it's going to go super crazy. And we have the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. This was a $500 card. Now, 406, 400, 420, 425, and 410. And the Zard from 151 was also at $500. Now, 410, 399, 436, 425. We got a high one at 450, but the majority are right around 420. And we have the Pikachu. This is the lightly played chart. So near mint was at $495, also right around 500. We got sales now 443, 450, and 460. Next, the Mega Dragonite EX SIR got up to 180, and honestly was there for a while. Now last sold 789, 781, 790, 793, 785. So that's good to see some sales in the 700s. And we got a couple gold cards we're going to end on. We got the Mega Zygarde from Perfect Order. Was at 185, dropped down to 155, went back up to 170, and now last sold 146, 151, and 145. And we have the Gold Mega Charizard Y, was at 675, now 590, 599, and 600. Next, we have the Mega Dragonite EX. This is the Attack Rare, was at $63, now 49, 51, and 50. And we have the Mega Gengar EX Mega Attacker that we're going to end on. This is at $100 at a tie. Now 67, 68, and one at 70. But all right, that was this week's Pokemon Find Friday. And like I mentioned before, if you guys could download the Fanatics Collect app and give me a follow on there, I would really, really appreciate that. Because then too, it's nice seeing these Falling Fridays early. Because if a card drops in price to where, you like the price point, you want to pick a bunch up, you're seeing that hours before anyone else gets to even see that on YouTube without having to do any of the research. So definitely check that out. And of course, if you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Fanatics, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the absolute best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my newest vending video, where we're actually doing a giveaway in that one, a super good vending video, probably one of my best ones yet, in my opinion, click the video above. And then two, if you guys want to watch my other vending videos, I have an entire playlist above also. But all right, we'll see you next time.